Well, my name is Jara Dillingham, and I'm in the social work department, and I created this as a social work elective course for undergraduate. And so Social Work 400, Understanding Adoption, and it is being taught as a summer course. I did teach it last summer for the first time. I created all the curriculum and everything for it, and learned a lot by going through this program. I just had to tweak things and make things better for the students, in my opinion. So with it being a summer course, things that I felt pretty important is making sure that it was consistent. It's the first summer term, it's 4.5 weeks, and it's a lot of material in a short period of time. So I really wanted to make sure that each of the weeks were very uniform and had very, very clear deadlines and my expectations up front. So similar to everybody else, I have the welcome, start here with I had a welcome video, how to navigate Blackboard, what they're going to see in each one of the different modules and expectations. And then here I actually put very clearly assignment information with when everything is due, as well as there's a suggestion of putting the course and module learning objectives on there more for quality matters, but I think students could benefit from it too. And so then and then I have a separate tab for the syllabus and the course calendar. But the weekly content, all of them are pretty much the same. So I always start off with an overview, videos. Some of this video lecture was on Panopto, and I liked it so much that I kept it. I didn't want to redo it, but the rest of them were done in VoiceThread. But I have the overview. I have the learning objectives in each one of them. And then I go through with their reading list, what to expect. And then each week is different. Sometimes they might have some websites that they need to explore, have some videos that they need to watch, YouTube links, or sometimes add some documentaries, just depending on the week, and to try and vary it up for different learners and learning styles. This one also had a podcast. But then each week they have a discussion board, they have a reflective writing assignment, and a quiz. And the one thing I added that I really like are the learning objectives. So it's just a quick self-assessment, so they can go in and click. And then with it being on Google Forms, then I actually can get the feedback, and it's all anonymous. So if they're doing it, I would hope that they would, then I can get a good read as, hey, they're really not getting this information. And it's not reflected in a grade or anything like that. So I'm hoping it's a win-win for me and for the students. So I'm anxious to see how that comes out. So that's how I organized it. A few things that I thought I really liked was adding some visuals. So when I went into student preview mode, I didn't realize, hey, I'm just scrolling down where they're getting one page at a time, and it's just a bunch of words and a bunch of words. And so just adding some of the pictures or different visual things for them, I think kind of just helps to enhance it just a little bit. Let's see. The only other thing that I was going to maybe highlight is with my in-class, I teach skills courses in social work, and so I'm really very based on, hey, how do they transfer this knowledge? How do they transfer the knowledge from their classroom to actually skills and utilizing it? And I wanted to make sure that that was embedded in this course as well. And so the final assignment that they have to do for this course is they have to actually go out and interview an adoptive parent. And so they have to utilize the information that they've gained, using positive language, understanding, so that they can speak with somebody about their experience. And so I assigned them an adoptive parent, and they could contact them in any way that they wanted. They could meet in person, they could use Zoom, they could use a telephone to interview them however they wanted, and then write up the reflection on that experience. But I also wanted to get feedback from the adoptive parents as well, so they have a form that they submit to me on, hey, how did the student do with showing knowledge of adoption issues and so forth. So that's just a very quick overview. My perspective, I don't think it's necessarily changed. I love online learning. I think it's enhanced and makes me want to do a lot more with some of the other courses that I've been talking with the social work department about. But overall, it's been an absolutely wonderful experience. So Any questions for me? Yes.
How do you get those pictures on there?
The pictures?
You just do insert or
Copy and paste?
just copy and paste.
Yeah, that I know.
Oh, yeah, you just put it in the text.
I just put it in the
That's a
text.
good idea.
So when I went over here, yeah. I mean, it was so simple. When Johan said that, I'm like, that's just, yeah, why didn't I think about that?
It really does make
It, it really added a lot to it. So, yeah. Sure.
My students say that about my syllabi, that it's nice. I have pictures and stuff on my syllabi too, and they consistently comment. They're like, yeah, the pictures kind of break it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I love the assessment, the self-assessment.
I do too. I hope that it, when I teach it this summer, that it,
We might contact you after the summer to see how
Yes. Yes. And actually, for my other online course that I teach it in a synchronous format. For my other online course, I always want course evaluations, and I always do it face-to-face, and I hadn't figured out a great way until now, and so now they have that on there. So it's all anonymous. I get good feedback. Hopefully.
And Zoom now have a polling feature.
Yes.
So that's something really cool.
Yes. I haven't used it yet. You haven't showed it to me, but I haven't used it yet. So. All right. Any questions? All right. Thank you.
Maybe you want to go now or should we go later?
I was supposed to present later this afternoon, and I came to watch to see how all this would go, and no time like the present. I can log off here.
The other thing
Can I
I
get-
forgot to mention was that having the course in the module objectives, I always thought that my assignments were aligned, and I really started doing these more detailed rubrics, and then it forced me to go back and say, well, wait a minute, am I really doing what I did this assignment thing? So that would be another thing that I didn't lost.
Okay, I don't know how. I can't log off because I can't.
Yeah.
Just gotta move that
Do I just
picture.
move it? Oh, okay. Okay, sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Yeah, technology's not my thing.
He's totally.
I was just saying I've never had that happen to me, and now here it is. Should have knocked on some wood when I said that. Okay. So hi, I am Mandy, and the course that I redid was Expanded Functions Dental Assisting. So I teach in both the dental hygiene and the dental assisting department. I want to first say how much I thoroughly loved and enjoyed this process. I am a new educator. This is my second academic year, and the first one I took a maternity leave. So, well, yes, I kind of taught this class online last year. I didn't really because it was kind of all thrown together, and I kind of followed a format of how it was taught previously. And I knew when I was putting this together that I didn't like the way that it was done before. The content was great, but the formatting I just really didn't care for, but I didn't know how to fix it. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And my department chair said, well, why don't you apply for the online course development? And if you get chosen, they might have great ideas. So I was checking my email all the time. Did I get accepted? Did I get accepted? So I was really excited to kind of be a part of this. And I pretty much, the content stayed very similar. The structure of the course completely changed, and I was really excited about that. And I learned a lot to open my mind and become more open and aware. Johan would come and say, oh, what about this? And that cannot work. And then a couple, I let it sit for 3 or 4 minutes. Fabulous, right? And then it would be my favorite part that we did. So, when students go onto this Blackboard site, they immediately go to the announcement page versus the Start Here page where I make a welcome announcement, again, funny face video, right? But I just kind of introduce myself a little bit, and then I let them know to then go to the Start Here page, where then it will kind of talk to them a little bit more through the site. This course is a little different in that it's more of a hybrid course, so all the didactic portion is presented online through Blackboard, but then we meet every Friday for a laboratory session to kind of focus and hone in on those clinical skills that will go along with the expanded function. So, and something to add another layer is I've taught all of these students before. So I will never have a student that I haven't taught in a previous course, or I will never have students that are outside of the hygiene or assisting program. So that was positive in some areas and then kind of a hindrance in other areas, and we kind of worked through that a little bit. So when you go to my Start Here page, you will see Start Here, watch this first. This is a Panopto video of me showing them how to navigate the site. So almost what I'm doing for you guys, I do for them. I show them where everything is, how you click it, how I meant it to be. Because what makes sense in my head might not always make sense to everybody else. So just if there's any clarification, they can watch that. It literally, I walk them through how to do. I click it and there's screen changes. I have the syllabus there in the paper format that they can print. And then I also have a syllabus voice thread where I go through each page and talk about policies, changes, all that kind of stuff. Something that I absolutely love, I did not even know this existed before, but I have this course calendar. This is a 200 level course. So I will have, technically they can be first semester sophomores, and I will also have second semester seniors in this class. But just to help keep things organized for those that are truly that 200 level, I absolutely loved the course calendar. So everything is in here, reading assignments, exams, everything's in there. Like I said, they will automatically come up to the announcement page. Each week I'm going to make these little video announcements, just rehashing what we're going to do that week, reviewing what's going to be done online versus what's going to be done in the laboratory session. And I have it broken down in terms of modules, and the module goes from like one exam to the other to kind of keep, again, things organized really well. So when they are going back to review and study for the exam, they just know everything they need is in here versus having to remember, okay, am I in week 8 or 9 or, you know, going back and clicking. They just know if I click here, it's all one exam all the way down into the final. So then these are the different topics that we go through, and everything that they need is connected to here. So we first start off with an overview and objectives where I review again, what are we going to do in class this week, what are we going to do in lab this week, and what are we going to do with our objectives. The course mapping, of course, was just phenomenal, and I'm like revamping all of my objectives for every course. And it wasn't always that my objective was bad, but the verbiage just needed tweaks. So I realized that the verbiage that I was using in my assessments didn't always collaborate. Like I would maybe use the word define, but in nowhere in my assessments did I ever have them define anything. So just kind of tweaking these different things really kind of helped open my eyes again to there. So course objectives are seen in the Start Here and in the syllabus, and then every module or weekly objectives is seen here. So then they can just quickly click through if they want to, or scroll down and see. So reading assignments, some students will have the book and some will not, and it's a very expensive book, so I didn't want to make those students that don't have it go out and buy it because it's a prerequisite for other courses that they take. So I was able to link it to the library where they were able to scan in. For those students that don't have to buy it again, they can go here, or if you're somewhere where you don't have your book, you'll always have access to the reading material. Then there is not a curse word, it's actual terminology there. So there is voice thread lectures going over every topic. There are instructional videos that I created here in our USI lab. And again, some of the stuff that was taught previously, the content was really good, but the video was like older than dirt. And the students would like comment, you know, and so it was something that was important to me to kind of take that feedback and update it to the best that we could. So this is kind of what it looks like every week. Also to help differentiate for them what they must do for a grade or what are some like supplemental learning opportunities. If it says must watch, must do, must take, these are things that again are for grades. That's again in their syllabus, it's on their course calendar, it's all these different places. But I wanted to put it here too, just so there's just no misunderstanding on what is for a grade, what is for supplemental learning. So all of that is there. Something else that I'm really excited about that we're trying out here, I try very hard to recycle and go green or whatever you want to call it. And they do in the laboratory session, we do 21 different restorations for 37 students. And each restoration needs a grading sheet. So we're talking 800 sheets of paper that then the students are having to print off and bring, and then I have to store until they graduate and all this kind of stuff. So we actually, Johan and I kind of brainstormed, and we're trying this year to do all of the laboratory grading online through Google Docs, using it with the students. I assigned each student a number, so it'll be their number with their initials. So for FERPA things, if something were to ever get out, there would be no students' actual names out. So it'd be like number 1, MR for Mandy Reddington, where I could keep track of all of that. Then all I have to do at the end is look at each spreadsheet that goes along for each assessment there. So I'm really excited about that. My department even bought me an iPad to try it out. So I just can't say enough positive things about it. I don't think my take on online learning, I think is similar, but for me as an educator, it has helped me so much more understand the student's perspective, because what I thought made sense, especially in my Blackboard organization, now I'm like what everyone else is saying, how did they ever know where everything was, or how did they ever know anything? And I'm just so thankful for this experience.